Hey chat, how's it going? Off to a good start by kicking the PC. Yes! How goes it? It's been a while. Just say that every time pretty much. But yes, here we are. Good morning or afternoon or evening or time zone to you. I hope you are all keeping well. Let me just check that you can see what I'm actually looking at. You can! Okay, welcome. Previously on Able Love Charlie. What was I even doing? Oh, I was doing bad watercolours. Yay! Bad watercolour experiments, which I meant to do something with, but never did. Yeah. It's been a while. So we're back to something different. I'm sticking with the watercolour theme. I've got some new brushes, which is mega exciting. I've got a new mop, which is a really nice pointy end. So it seems to hold, again, Jackson's because, you know, good quality, reasonable prices. But it seems to, check it out, it's pretty nice. So it holds a lot of water, but then it keeps a fine point. I've only used it for about 5 seconds, so it might be terrible, but I mean, it wasn't a cheap brush. How much was this? It was £8, which I think is a lot for a brush in my neck of the woods. I also got this one. So this is synthetic, I think. This one is goat hair. Can you actually see what I'm looking at? That would be helpful. Yeah, so it feels lovely. So another mop, but kind of different way of doing things. Yeah. So what are we doing today? We are going to be working from the image you can see in the top left, which is an image of a... Actually, do you know what? I don't know what that is. Give me one sec. It is a custom Mazine Nagant. But the scope is not for sale, and thus it's been pixelated out, which I find really interesting aesthetically. Yeah. It's a long-range rifle, apparently. From Caliber Obscura. So non-state actors, way that they used to describe various people fighting each other. So for a while I've been really interested in the censored sections of the... I mean, censorship is interesting to me anyway. Redacting, I've done work on that in the past. The images of the rifles and the weapons for sale that Caliber Obscura collects, they do sometimes have censored sections. It might be that an identifying patch or a badge or piece of text is censored, or it could be, as in this case, which I don't think I've seen before, where part of the thing to sell is censored out because it's not included in the deal, which I think is kind of interesting again. Yeah, so voila. So I'm going to try... Oh, I've also got some new paper. So I've got this... I don't think you'll be able to see terribly much of this. Let's see if I can get it to focus. What you can probably see is that there's not much texture on there. Let's see if I can get it to focus on this. Yeah, so it's very, very smooth. So this is... What is this? Hold on. Just look. This is... Oh, I got a multi-pack because it was cheap. This is... There you go, you can see it is not... Sorry, it's hot pressed. So I know what hot pressed is, but I didn't think it would be this smooth in my brain, which maybe that is a smooth brain moment. But yeah, it's 300 GSM, so it's nice and thick. And all I wanted was something... So previously I was experimenting with lining paper, wallpaper lining paper, because it's cheap and I quite like the texture, but I decided I wanted something different that was easy to manage, because even though I've had wallpaper lining paper under a giant stack of books for about 2 weeks, it still curls up, because it's in a roll. So I'm not quite worked out how to not have it do that, so I decided to spend some money. Why is my mic not turning? Come on, Mr. Mike. Stop being weird. Go my XLR cable, there we go. Yeah, so it's maybe a little bit too smooth. I wanted maybe a little bit of texture. But anyway, it doesn't matter now because I bought it. And yeah. So there we go. So I'm really interested. I wonder if you can see if... There we go. You can kind of see more clearly, I think, what's going on there. Right. Also, I should just say thank you to all the people that have followed over the last couple of weeks, which has slightly melted my brain. So let me go back through the people who followed. So thank you very much to the fabulously named Bounty Shark. Followed 12 days ago. Bouncy Shark. I think I know who Bouncy Shark is, but thank you nonetheless. I really appreciate it. Ram Dracula, thank you for following. Battle Motar, thank you for following. Epic Dragon 1, thank you for following. Jiminy's, thank you for following. And lastly but not leastly, actually no, Retrospect, thank you for following. And Razor 1, thank you very much for following. Thank you everybody for following. It is very weird to log on to my account, my Twitch account, and see that magically lots of people have followed without me streaming, so I appreciate it very much. We get closer to the 50 needed. So if I have 22 followers, melts my brain. Anyway, but yeah, I just need to get an average of 3 viewers over my month, over my stream, and 50 followers, and then I will achieve affiliate status where I can get my emotes. I know, I shouldn't care, but I do. I came with this idea that if I did ever get to that stage and people could subscribe, which at the same time melts my brain as well, because why would you want to subscribe to me wittering on and watching me make bad art? But whatever. The idea that if people subscribed, I could make them a certificate of authenticity for my emotes, which I would make myself, probably, and then would get sent out to people as their own little individual artwork by Abel. Practically, I'm not sure how that would quite work, but yeah. That's the grand plan. So anyway, back to some actual artwork. So yeah, this is just going to be an analog version of digitally messing around, I think. I also have, dig out my pile of stuff here. Got these, the trusty Neocolors, which, oops, I think might be a good place to start. Because they're easy to handle. Just shove this up here. So how you been, chat? Have you been up to anything exciting? I'm guessing probably not. What have I been doing? Probably the high point of my week has been the arrival of the brushes and the paper. Yeah. I mean, I'm now working remotely, and I seem to spend my entire time doing digital management, which is not great. But why is my light flickering? The answer to that is probably the light is flickering because it's a cheaper light. What was I saying? Listening to something different today, a new Harris Heller Stream Beats playlist. Yeah, it's interesting. I've been watching the last week or so, 2 weeks, been watching a lot of Rust because of the Moon playing and various other RPs that I really enjoy playing. And what's really interesting is that because of how Rust works, you can play, when I say play, you can play MIDI files through it, which then turns into people playing the instruments. And people have become obsessed with the instruments because they offer music, and that's something that so many streamers can't have anymore, recognizable music, because of the rights issues and DMCA, which is really interesting how it became such a big thing. It's not surprising, but again, you know, Twitch could maybe get their act together at some point. you know, I mean, it's not exactly the most helpful when they tell people, oh yeah, you can stream this game, but you just need to turn off all the sounds because it could get you DMCA striked. Which seems kind of stupid. But yeah. That's what we were talking about. We were talking about exciting things. And working remotely. Yeah, I mean, I'm extremely lucky to have a job. Keep a vague roof over my head. Which I'm acutely aware of. So I just need to suck it up. Get on and make more art, because that's good for me when things are getting stressful, which they often do. With all things related to work. But it's fine. Anyway, let's maybe try doing some squares. Yeah, why is my light flickering? Is this making a massive difference to the stream? Let me just check the... Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna... Does it stop flickering? Let's check on the camera, hold on. I'm just going to play around with the white balance. I think it's because it has nothing to focus on. Yeah, we've got low maintenance nails at the moment because, again, you can see I've been eating my nails. Stress nails. Let's give it something to focus on. Hold on. Focus on that. Let me just play around with the white balance. It just seems... That's too warm. Too cool. That's weird. Why does backlight correction make it look actually how it actually looks? Who even knows? This is the troubleshooting stream rather than the art stream, it would appear. That's odd. I don't understand how backlight correction. Weird. Anyway, you can see the... let me just check what the colour's like. This is where I regret buying the webcam that I bought. For a number of reasons. Let's just see if... What is this actually on? 4583. Let's do auto. focus, my little camera friend. Okay, let's do it. That's enough of the technical difficulty stuff. I need to actually do some artwork. Okay. More out. Maybe I don't want to use these, because maybe I should just try and do it properly. Not properly, that is the completely wrong word. Should have really cleaned this off before the start of the stream. That would actually be helpful, but you can get to see some nice... aesthetic. That'll do. Right, so this is just experimentation. It's going to be non-precious. Let's see what this paper is like. We'll see what these brushes are like. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't go on particularly brilliantly, but then it does seem to be holding. I mean, once it gets on, it seems fine. I don't know, it just doesn't immediately sink in, and then it kind of does. The smoothness is odd. So I think we'll get, again, we're not looking for accuracy here, I don't think. Sorry for the sniffle, chat. I should be pressing the mute button. This is a great example of you have this idea in your head of what you want to do and how it'll turn out, and then when you actually try it, it doesn't turn out anything how you thought it would turn out. Which is, I mean, that's the artistic process, right? That's why we experiment. But yeah, it's still odd. This is already bad. And it's working out what I want to do and why. I mean, I swear to you, I do actually make artwork that I think is good and that I don't hate. But it just seems recently that everything I do is just not good enough. And I think it's because I just need to practice more. Rather than just doing something and then abandoning it, I just need to work into it more. Think about what I want and why and all that sort of stuff. Part of it's mastery of what I need to be able to master to do stuff. So let's not use that brush. Let's get rid of the control. I'm not this paper is weird. Well, not weird, just not what I want. Too smooth, man. I'm starting to hate it a little bit less. Maybe. Brush is pretty great because you can still, I mean, it's keeping the point really brilliantly. I swear that's the Minecraft mine train sound. Which it could be because it's Harris Heller, but still odd to hear. I suppose a really good way to do this would be to make some sort of textiles patchwork. Let me just write that information down. Give me one sec. Oh, it's the first hum of the stream. How long have we been going for? 38 minutes. Not too bad in the scheme of things. For the first hum. Give me one sec, chat. I'm just going to try and turn the camera so it's easy for you to see. Okay, I think you can see better now. Et voila, it's not a wonky angle. It's the angle I actually see things at. Sort of, vaguely. So but I have the ring light here. Above the ring light I have my mic on the mic frame arm. And yeah, it's the trying to get it to go over the top of the ring light whilst not being bumping into my mic as I try and fit everything onto a small desk. It's good. It's good. It's good. Ooh. Okay. How's this paper doing? I mean, it's not. I mean, it is cockling, to use a technical term. It's not too. I mean, I don't really care that much. This is experimentation rather than the be all and end all. It's just under 50 pence a sheet, so it's not cheap, but it's the cheap. Well, one of the cheaper you can find. Which is what I'm going for, because, you know, if you're experimenting, you don't need to worry too much. Weird stringy bits. Blotchy. Mmm. Lots of police and fire activity today on the road, so I live on a main road, and so you get a lot of fire engines and such because there's a fire station just not too far away. But yeah, lots of stuff going on, it would seem, in the town that I live in. I'm just gonna have a stretch chat. Oh boy, it feels like nap time. But it's only 4 o'clock. I think this is fine and good what I'm doing, because I'm kind of vaguely zoning out, but I think that's good. Art for well-being. Hey, Bouncy Shark, how's it going? Thank you very much for the follow. I thanked you earlier on in the stream. Appreciate you dropping in today. Hope you're keeping well. I am zoning out. What's going on right now? Well, great question. The answer is I'm zoning out and trying not to go for a nap. But other than that, if you look in the top left, there we go, top left, there is an image of a weapon that has been censored. So that is, what is that? I can't remember what that is. That is a custom Mosin Nagant rifle. And the scope has been censored out because it's not for sale. It's not part of the deal. Part of Calibro Obscura. So Calibro Obscura documents non-state actors. You can think about who that could mean, looking at their weaponry, which I find really interesting because it's totally not anything to do with my world. I've done a series of drawings and artworks and all sorts, looking at the textiles in the background of the weapon sales images. And when I've been doing that, I've done a lot of research on it. It's really interesting. Oh, another follower. Thank you so much. Now, let me... it's a werewolf. The Hack Elite speech. Appreciate the follow, thank you so much. Thank you for dropping in today. What was I talking about? Oh, censored stuff. Yeah, I find the censored stuff really interesting. So the censored stuff, in this case, is something I've not seen before, which is censored imagery because it's not part of the set stuff for sale, but most of the time the stuff that's censored is a patch or some text or something so that whoever is posting it can't be identified. So yeah, I have some new paper and I have some new brushes and I'm just trying them out. So in my head I had all these grand ideas of, yeah, I'm going to try out, and then the paper was maybe a bit too smooth for my liking. Everything's kind of looking a bit bad, but that's okay because I'm experimenting, and yeah, bad art is where it's at. Yeah, I know, right? Let's go, bad art. It's not bad, it's just, I was explaining earlier, it's a stage. So I have a whole bunch of images of different weaponry. So that's the one I was working from earlier on. Let me zoom in from that one. So again, the top part is, you can't see my cursor, can you? No. The top part is censored on that. But yeah, I have millions of them. There you go. You want gold-plated AKs? I found, there you go, have some gold-plated AKs. Beautiful. Pictures of insurgents in various background. This one's an interesting one because the background has been distorted so they can't identify where the person's from. Yeah. Ponies. It's pretty special. Yeah, so that's part of my research. I find them fascinating. And I have to do this in a ethical way. So I'm very careful about what I look at and what I don't look at. And Calibre Obscura I would recommend because they're very good at keeping you safe. Calibre Obscura. So let me just bring that up. I follow their Twitter feed. And we've run out of music. Okay, hold on. That's more urgent. Let's go for this one. Let's start with this one so that we can never listen to it ever again. We'll move on from Forsen in a second. All right. There we go. Let me find Calibre Obscura. So I've not found these images, I've just collected them off a Twitter feed. The person who's the researcher for Calibre Obscura, just put their link in the chat. They're the one that browses things. But as a way of keeping myself safe, I don't look at those things. Let me put it in the chat. There you go. Calibre Obscura. So they're a UK-based researcher. Yeah. I deliberately... This is really loud in my headphones. Give me 1 second. Okay. Yeah, I deliberately don't look. Which is really important when you're researching to keep yourself safe. Mentally safe, obviously. And obviously thinking about what you could be looking at in terms of images of warfare and also propaganda from various non-state actors. So a non-state actor would be, the majority of things on Calibre Obscura are images are taken from Iraq, but also many from Syria. And obviously there are all kinds of war crimes that are currently being perpetuated and, you know, have been historically in both those countries. As part of that, there is some images that aren't really very healthy to look at for me. And so that's why I choose Calibre Obscura, because they are very good at presenting sensitively what they're looking at. Yeah, thank you for keeping me awake. Holy smokes, how many people do I have watching right now? Hey Ram Dracula, thank you very much for the follow earlier. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate you dropping in. And thank you again for the follow. No, keeping me awake is good. Keeping me awake is good. Let me just resize this window. Yeah, you're keeping me awake in a good way. That's what I need. Because what I actually need is coffee, but I can't drink too much coffee. Coffee is not my friend. Yeah. So I'm doing the experiment on here. Trying to work out what I want to do. I found these things really interesting. Yeah. What else can I say? This isn't going particularly well, but that's okay. It's a step. You know, first time using this particular paper, which I'm on the fence about. New brushes, all that sort of stuff. Trying to work out what I'm finding interesting from these pieces. Actually, I think probably what I need to do is make some patchworks out of these. So, I mean, this just clearly lends itself to something patchworky. Yes, chat. How was your afternoon or morning or afternoon or evening? Have you been up to anything exciting? Nobody's been up to anything exciting at all. I understand. Doing the zoning out, I think it's the soothing qualities of doing some art, which is you sort of get in the zone and just forget about stuff. Bounce Shark, it's morning for me, my boyfriend's at work, and so I'm just working on some artwork. I was browsing Twitch. Awesome. Bouncy Shark, I love your name, by the way. It's very evocative. Bouncy Shark, I'm always really interested in how people find my stream. Did you find it by just starting at 0 viewers and working backwards? Because I think that's what a lot of people do. Though you followed me when I was offline, so that doesn't seem... that's odd. Yeah, you... working backwards. Because I do that too. Because, I don't know. I've had this conversation many times with people over the last age, which is what art is going on Twitch, what you can see and what the intent behind it is, and how that's different for everybody. And how my work isn't, I don't know, it's more conceptual than a lot of the work that you see. Not to disparage the work of other artists, not at all, because my god, it melts my brain. I mean, it's very intimidating seeing what other people are doing, who are established streamers, established artists, you know, people who actually earn their living from their art. I always find smaller channels are more interesting, different perspectives than that. Yes. Yeah, it gives you the opportunity to have a dialogue with people. I mean, if people are up for chatting, which, you know, don't have to feel like you have to chat. You can just lurk. That's fine too. Yeah, different perspectives. Because again, there's nothing wrong with people who are pulling in hundreds of viewers, not at all. It's just looking for diversity, I suppose, in what you get to see. And Twitch being Twitch, it doesn't make it very easy to find people. You know, just I don't know how it works. I mean, does Twitch even ever know what it's doing 99% of the time? It seems like it's not. I was having a conversation with a friend this week and they were saying that it seems like Twitch is run by children and yeah, it's odd. Right, so I've done this now. What is the point of it? I don't know, man. Let's keep going. Oh boy. Bouncy, what are you working on this morning? If you don't mind me asking. Again, please don't feel like you have to chat. Schlogschrubber. It's a very impressive name. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. If you've got any question about what I'm doing or my art practice generally, please let me know. Hope you're well today. Bounce shout. I'm working on a monochrome watercolour landscape. Awesome. Blue. That sounds fabulous. I hope it's working out. Again, I don't really think this is working out, but again, it's trusting the process and working through it. Getting out of my system. I have so many ideas that I write down that I should do, and then I never end up doing them. Hey, Schlugschrower. I was wondering what mic you use. The quality is very good. Thank you very much. I use a Rode pod mic. Hold on. Let me just put this in the chat for you. There you go. Have a browse. All my technical stuff is on there. So I use a pod mic, and I have... So it's an XLR mic, so you need a little boxy thing with it. So I used to have a Yeti Blue, which is great for a while, except it picks up absolutely everything because it's a different form of mic. So I bought it because I didn't want to buy the XLR box thing that you need for a mic like this as my first mic. But I mean, it's a good mic, but it's just not what I needed. I live near a main road and it would be very hard to filter out the information. But yeah, I'm glad that the mic is picking up. I mean, again, I'm open to feedback. I think my music to voice is balanced, but if you can't hear me or the music is too loud or vice versa, you need to let me know. Bouncy. Do you do art for a living? No, I don't. I'm an artist teacher, so my day job is teaching art. And then I have my art practice on the side. So for me, it is 4:30 on a Sunday, which means I am not currently at work or I'm not having to write reports or anything like that. So I'm doing my own art practice. Yeah, look at the my website for more information as to what I do and why. How about you, Bouncy? Do you do art for your living? Again, you don't have to answer if you don't want. It's so amazing to have actually people in the chat. Which is fine, I talk to bots all the time. Talking to myself, but yeah. It makes it a lot easier when you've got people to sort of interact with. Oh, Schlog, if you do buy a mic, so I use a Go XLR Mini. Their Discord channel is super helpful. You need to join their Discord channel because they have loads of help with settings in terms of setting up your Go XLR. I do commissions, but as I live with my boyfriend, I don't need a lot to get by. Fantastic. The fact you're getting commissions, awesome. Congratulations on making that work. Yeah, I've sold. So I've sold. How much work have I ever actually sold? Hang on 1 second. I can tell you the answer to that. There's no way I don't earn anything like what I need to keep a roof over my head. But let me find how much have I ever earned. Sales. Here we go. I have a spreadsheet. So I have sold 8 pieces of work. The majority of which were patches. So acid capitalist patches. And then I've sold 3 prints. So yeah. What is this I'm listening to right now? Okay. This is a playlist from Sia, CYR, if anybody is interested. I mean, he's a fantastic streamer, but this is a good playlist. And it means you get to keep your career. Hooray! Just resize this window. Yeah, we could all do with some more drum and bass in our life. I feel like drum and bass is underappreciated. Right, what am I doing? Despairing. Art despair. I mean, I imagine what I'm going to do this is sort of probably the thing I always do. So I think we rely, I mean, it's part of your art practice, but sometimes it feels like lazy shortcuts. I often chop stuff up and reconfigure it, whether that's digitally or physical collage, because I like the idea of disrupting stuff. Not in a tech bro type of way, but in an art way. Yeah, so is I guess it's the question is it sort of lazy shortcuts? Or is it art practice? In that I've got this stuff, which I can do something with, potentially. But, yeah. I think, again, well, I've got this paper now, I just need to get a grip. I know it's a bit too smooth, but... Nancy, with your commissions, again, feel free to ignore. With your commissions, are you painting a landscape that somebody has asked you to paint? Or is it more your own work that's self-directed that happens to be a landscape? Again, feel free to ignore. Commissions, awesome. There is nothing wrong in doing commissions that, you know, weebs, furries, various people who want hentai or anime pornography. That's okay, you're earning a living. And people want that art, so, you know, you're safe, sane and legal, you're okay. Hey Tiggies, how you doing? Thank you for dropping in today, appreciate it. Nancy, do you have for your adult commissions, do you have a particular favourite thing that you paint, or... Tiggy, thank you very much for the, or Tiggy Shubius, as I should say, thank you very much for the follow. I'm just zoning out, I'm just sort of drawing colours. I'm just completely forgetting what I'm actually supposed to be doing, which is to be getting these colours looking a little bit better. What am I doing? I'm just colouring in the wrong one. Oh my god. Tiggy, yeah, artists got to do what they do to survive in the world. Yes, which is why I have a day job. So there is no way. I mean, I'm not doing this to earn a living. I'm doing it because I want to create and share what I think is interesting with people, and for my own mental health. I mean, are those colours really coming across? I mean, the colours, so what you're seeing on the stream, the colours aren't accurate, which is not great. Bouncy. The majority of my work turns out to be LGBTQT for some reason. Whatever. Your people want to buy it, why wouldn't you make it? Let me rephrase that. I think I've completely got the wrong end of your stick. You're just saying that it just is LGBT. Okay. Sorry, my brain is... It needed coffee. Yeah. Oh, Bouncy, I've just thought, do you do commissions where you're doing kind of like fanfic? Because that would be amazing. Where you're doing LGBT fanfic of various characters that aren't LGBT. I love that sort of stuff. That's exactly it. Oh, amazing. What was the... So is your fanfic sort of inspired stuff, the commissions, do you specialise in, for example, particular film or TV, or gaming, or anime, or general weeb stuffs? Or do you just do anything? Because if you just do anything, that must be really, really difficult. It's like, so they have a room, so in Oxford, in the Ashmolean Museum, they have a room where it's just all still lifes from the Dutch, formerly known as Golden Age. And artists in the 1600s, they specialised in, these artists would do still lifes of fish, and these ones would do hunting, you know, bits of meat. These lot would do flowers, and these lot would do fruit and all sorts of stuff. And they just specialised in particular areas, which was really fascinating. And that, you know, you specialise in one particular area because you're good at it. Recently it's been Yuri on Ice. Is that... Oh, hold on a second. Just, Japanese animated series. Oh, it's Weeb Things. Oh, from that one it looks like they have some LGBT characters in it anyway. Awesome. Yay! What am I doing? I think I'm done with this. I have finished my bad art. I mean... So if we're trying to... There are some interesting elements in this that I think I could do something with. But I mean... I don't know. Let me just find... So there was another... where is... Give me 1 second, chat, sorry. So I have another... Which is the one that has pixelation in. I just realised there's one that I did do that I pixelated the stuff in. Let me see if I can show you the giant giant collection of stuff. Let me have a look here. Just see if I can add in another source. Okay, sorry, chat. Let me just crop this. Trying to show you my giant collection. Oh, Bouncy, you're off. Your boyfriend's about to come home. We're going to go much movie. Enjoy a movie. Thank you so much for the chat. Really appreciate you. Appreciate you hanging out. Thank you. Have a good rest of your evening. Sorry, chat. I will eventually get round to being able to show you this. Bye. Just crop this further. Okay. See if that's the right size. Just okay. That is ridiculously ginormous. Let me just show you that. Okay, let's move this down. I know, I realise this is not... Okay. There you go. Okay, so you should... Let me just move this over again. Boink. So, moving around. Let me move this down. Okay. What am I doing? Oh yeah, showing you this. So this is my current collection of stuff. So behold all of the images I've collected over the last 6 months and the Twitter posts. I said to myself, should I laugh? So I've quite a good collection of stuff. Really aesthetically displeasing weaponry. Oh, there's one. Right, so there's one that does have pixelation in that I've not done. Okay, we can work from that one. Yeah, if you want aesthetic guns, Calibre Obscura, usually they're being mocked. That's the place to go. So yeah, I have those. Right, so let's try and find that image that had the... Is that this one? So I don't know what has been... I'm guessing it's a badge has been pixelated out. So a patch. But again, it's pretty interesting. What is this? So that is a heavily modified RPK 74, whatever that is. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day today. It's a beautiful. So yeah, maybe let's try working from that. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Shove this somewhere. Oh. Okay, be right back, chat. I just need to do something really quickly.
Should I laugh or should I cry? Funny little things can make my day. Funny little things can take it away. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day.
Oh, hey, Xpiracy, how's it going? Right. Let's shove that. Let's try this one because it's simpler. I want to do more zoning out by using the tools I could do. Thank you again to everybody for hanging out this afternoon. I hope you're all keeping well. Having a relaxing Sunday or Monday or Saturday? No, Sunday. Wherever you are.
It's a beautiful day.
Tiggius, tough times are upon us. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Hope you are staying safe and comfy. You've got some support there. I don't know whereabouts you are in the world, Tiggius, but yeah, everything seems not the best everywhere. To put it one way. As I said before, I'm extremely lucky I have a job. I can keep a roof over my head. I can work remotely, even though it's not the best, and not something I'd really like to be doing, but I can still do it. And I'm extremely aware that not everybody can do that. Maybe I'll dislike this paper the more I work with it. UK based, hey, me too. Yeah, I had to go to the post office yesterday to post some sketchbooks out to some of the kids that I teach because they don't have them and we're working remotely and they really need them. So, you know, essential stuff, genuinely. And I was talking to the guy in the post office behind the counter. And yeah, just no matter your political persuasion, I think most people would agree that things aren't going well. The government knowing what they're doing. Wow, that would be exciting. Meanwhile, the hospital where I live is quite big. It covers quite a large number of people. I was looking the other day and they have a capacity of 32 intensive care beds. So I don't know whether that's their standard capacity or whether they've expanded that. Out of those 32, 30 are occupied. So they have 2 beds. 2 beds that are available. Just... And that hospital, local to me, isn't particularly badly affected. They've only got 2 beds available, which is absolutely nuts. Just laughing at, you know, bad art. Bad art where you're having to taught yourself to make space around a keyboard and a light stand and working in a... This is the extent of my workspace. And then I have 2 monitors, a keyboard, and then... Yeah. Why is it doing this? Does this weird granulation going on here is odd. Hey Monster Mining, how's it going? Thank you for dropping in. What is teaching like in the Corona era? I mean, difficult. But we just have to do what we can do. There's not... I mean, there are things that could be done better, but my workplace, we're pretty organised in what we're doing. Because we have the experience from last year. But teaching a visual subject is really hard because usually what I would do is I would, you know, be leaning over somebody's shoulder and giving them direct feedback as they're doing it to help them. But I can't do that because they're working at home and I'm working at my home, and, you know, they upload photos, but then they haven't had the feedback in progress. And it's very hard to have a dialogue with people because it's what teaching should be about, is about dialogue. So not all one way. Yeah. To use a Ham's watercolour, sadly, I don't know how to get rid of either. It's I don't quite know what... So this is the first time I've used this paper today. I don't quite know what's happening either. So you can get granulation in watercolour, which is quite common, but then you wouldn't expect to see as much of this. It's as if the surface of the paper is coming off, which it shouldn't be because I'm just doing one there of colour. It's not come off here. So I don't know what's going on. I mean, it could be there. I mean, my paints are pretty manky. I tend to sort of reuse stuff on there. So yeah, I don't know. It's odd. I mean, it could be the surface of the paper, but then that one's not come off there, so I don't know. I don't know, man. Conspiracy, it's good I'm a teacher too. Do you enjoy teaching remotely, Conspiracy? I enjoy teaching remotely too, in the way that I get to stay at home and not have to commute. And I get to teach. You know, I don't have to put on my work wear to go out to work, which is awesome. I can slumber at home, but then also I live in a studio flat that has barely any space as it is because it's my art cave. And for example, we have parents' evenings. I don't have a plain background. You can see into my entire flat wherever you sit in my space. So, you know, I'm pretty well set up for video stuffs because of my Twitch stuff that I've invested in, but I've invested in that for my own self. And yeah, teaching is, it just seems to be one of those industries where you just spend your own money on stuff that would be covered in other industries, which is not the best. But then, you know, I get paid a good wage, I can afford to do that. But it still shouldn't be something we should be having to spend the money on. So yeah, parents' evenings, you know, I bought a background that I can put a backdrop behind where I sit because we're having to do video chat. And it's wall privilege. I don't have a single wall in my studio flat that isn't covered in artwork. So I have, you know, either no wall space, or I have loads of artwork everywhere, or it's where I sleep, or it's the bathroom, or it's the kitchen. None of those places are really appropriate places for video chats with parents and kids. Yeah. We need to check their wall privilege. Along with their studio privilege, so those people who have studios, and their garden privileges, people have gardens. I live in a small studio flat. I have nothing. Yay, capitalism, woohoo! Yeah, teaching in Corona is difficult. But there is, when I was in school, I still couldn't lean over students and give them direct feedback. I had to keep my distance from them. So that was really tricky. So the amount of one-to-one conversations I would have with the younger years was much reduced, which is very difficult. What am I doing? I'm just mixing the same colour over and over. Get a grip. I mean, there are still kids in my school, so we have quite a few kids, but again, nothing like what is going on in other schools where they have half of the year group in, half of the school in, which is absolutely bananas. Hashtag I'm not a scientist, but I've read enough to know about where the risks are in transmission. I also run my art department, so I have to be aware of health and safety stuff, and I've tried my best, again, without much guidance from the government, just off my own back, to try and make as safe a workspace as I can, and mitigate risks as best I can. But that's really hard when particularly you've got this new variant that is extra transmissible. Given that nearly every year group had to isolate at some point the previous term, actually you might have just better teaching if everybody was at home. And where I work, we have a lot of people where they live in multi-generational households, and obviously that's really concerning, because the last thing you want is for somebody to, you know, bring something home when it's not those individual people's fault. The majority of the time it's systems and processes that aren't set up effectively to mitigate those risks and reduce them. Hey Cheese and Crackers fan, how's it going? Thank you for dropping in. I'm really enjoying everybody's. This is so unusual. This is the first time I've had like a large number of people chatting and a large number of people in chat, and it's proving to be the best of Twitch chat experiences, which is mostly on topic but then random, which is always great. Cheese and Crackers fan, what's your favourite cheese and cracker combination? Wonder whether it's the sizing on this paper that means that it's kind of a bit grim. Hold on 1 second. So I bought some other paper. So I bought this Fabriano stuff, which again is hot press, so it's smooth, but it's actually slightly rougher. Let's just see. Hold on. Have some ASMR chat. You know. That was probably horrifyingly loud, sorry. So this is the Fabriano. So I think you probably can't see that at all, but there's more texture to it. So I wonder how this is in comparison. Can you actually see? So it's optically whiter. Cheese and Crackers says brie and water crackers 100%. Wow, that is very, I would say that's quite a retro combination. Water crackers are pretty great. Are you talking about sort of Cars water crackers? Brie more I don't know, I would think like a good sharp cheddar. A good cheddar. Or Aldi do a really good aged Gouda. It's got sort of little crunchy crystals in, which sounds horrendous, but it's actually delicious. Would recommend. But yeah, brie is pretty great. I've not had Cars water crackers in forever. Let's try this stuff then. What is this I'm listening to right now? Okay. Let's see what this is like. Just right on what this is. Oh no! You're a retro guy, what can I say? I mean, you know, each to their own, right? Each to their own. So I'm just trying out this Fabriano because, I've not used it before, and I want to see if you get the same effect as you get on the Jackson's paper of the weird granulation. Yeah. Let's brush. Slug Scrubber, what's pixelated in the top left? You mean this thing here? I think it's a badge. So there's the rest of the weapon. So I think it's a badge that's been pixelated. So I don't know who this is from. Let me just find out. I can tell you the answer to that. So it's from Iraq. It is a heavily modified RPK 74, apparently. I think it's a patch or a badge because I've seen them before. Let me find one that has a patch or a badge. So it could be the patch, the badge of that particular non-state group, or particular, I do have that somewhere, hold on, particular group of people. Can you see that one? Probably. Let me just switch to that one. Here's one again. I don't know what this is, so clearly, you know, I don't know what that reads, but I'm guessing it is a squadron badge or something for that particular non-state group. Just get rid of that. So I think that's what's probably the pixelated area. Just find that again. Right, so the Fabriano has none of the gradient that you typically see on Jackson's. Why? Why is it doing that? Because when you look, I don't know if you can see that chat. Whether it's going to focus. But you can see that the surface is definitely coming off. Is that going to focus? So, which I don't understand why that is happening. I mean, it's not happening on all of them, but it's still pretty solidly across all the colour combinations. I mean, it's nice to draw on. I don't understand why that's happening. Cheese and crackers. How do you feel about grapes? With cheese and crackers. And again, anybody who I'm asking questions to, please feel free to lurk. You don't have to feel pressured to respond. How long have I been streaming for? 2 hours. Time flies when you have people to talk to. Woo! Grapes are good, that's why they start with a G. I love your reasoning. So I find if think about cheese boards, I know this is broadening out the conversation a little bit, maybe to areas that you're not comfortable in exploring. The cheese boards tend to have grapes on, and I do understand their purpose, and you know, grapes are great and they do go with cheese, but they always seem a bit superfluous. I don't know, but each their own. Let's see what this is like. Really, really wet. I mean, there's granulation there. Not granulation. Granulation is the wrong word. Because this is so wet, it's just... Let's see if we can make it a bit more intense and less watery. This track has an impressively cheesy 80s sax on it. What do you think about the Capitol storming? Well, I'm not a US citizen, but I think it's bad. I think if you have a group of people that break into a space and start threatening to kill and capture members of political parties, maybe not the best of things to be doing. If you're not willing to do the time, don't do the crime. Yeah, but I mean, everything behind the reasoning as to why that happened is really interesting. We're thinking about disinformation and political discourse broadly. Yeah, this story isn't doing as much as the other paper. But why? Let's try this on here. So let's make that. This is so almost immediately. Yeah, it's definitely the surface of the paper. This is bad. There you can kind of see that, but it's immediately. Let's get rid of all of the. Oh, cheese and crackers. Thank you very much for the following. Follow even. Thank you for hanging out. So if I just do water, yeah, immediately the surface of the paper is going all grainy and gross. I mean, why is that happening? That is definitely that should not be happening. But why? Let's take... Hold on. Just we're going to do some science. Cheese and crackers, did you get me to pass a political test before you followed? This is really, really horrendously thin paper that's just note paper. So that absorbs straight in, and there's no surface texture whatsoever. So this doesn't absorb straight in. You can see that, Twitch chat. But the surfaces are braiding off. I bought a giant big stack of this paper as well. Why is this so bad? Let's continue with the Fabriano. Let's see what that's like to draw with. I think it's grainier. Oh. Monster Mining, thank you very much for the follow. This is a follow fest this afternoon. It's amazing. People to talk to and follows. Or I should say follows and people to talk to. What is going on? Twitch chat craziness. What's that? So this stuff, this is less good to draw on, but it's better to paint on. There is no way that should be doing that. Hey Q292, thank you for dropping in today. It's some bad art, but we're not really too bothered. We're experimenting. Anybody has any experience of using hot pressed watercolour paper, please chip in. Because I don't think that it should be doing what it's doing. Let me just check. What am I doing? Let's find Jackson's. Amazingly cheesy. Yeah, 300 USM should withstand. It's got no reviews. It's bad. Bad paper. This stuff isn't doing that. Oh well, I just spent loads of money on a big stack of 50 sheets of something I can't really use. Actually, that's not true. I mean, it's nice to draw on. But, is annoying. Let's try. Okay. Why is this falling apart? Woohoo! This is falling apart. Trying to fix my sketchbook. I'm gonna cut that. Great, the entire sketchbook is falling apart. So this paper is better, but the sketchbook is terrible. Well. Maybe do something different. Maybe this paper is just not designed for any sort of washes whatsoever. Maybe it's designed for really fine, detailed work, like botanical stuff or whatever. I mean, look at this amazing image. Whoever's shared it has actually added in sparkles on the weapons, which is fairly hilarious. Trying to work out what I want to respond to. It's really horrendous. Oh, hang on, let me just get... subject of bad art. Let's take these off the boards. Yeah, if anybody's got any recommendations in terms of paper they use, I'm all ears. Have some ASMR of tape. So I'm building up quite a collection of bad art, which I'm quite pleased with. Experiments of work that I mean to do stuff with and never do. Where I'm not happy with it. Sorry, Twitch chat, for just hitting you. I love my Twitch chat. I do not wish to harm you. Unless you need timing out. Right, what was I even doing? What was the purpose behind it? Oh yes, so I did... The last stream I did this work that was based on... What was this based on? Try and find what I was working from. Okay, it's this way up. It was this piece. So I was extracting stuff out of it and playing around with it and stylizing and stuff like that. So when I was just messing around for Twitch chat, because I tend to do that, I did this work where I was just playing around with watercolour and just kind of doodling. And I much prefer the looseness in the doodles here than I do in that, because it just seems too straightforward. Then I had another go, and again made art that there are aspects of it that I like, but most of it's bad. Whereas trying to loosen stuff up, which has worked kind of and not others. So this was on the wallpaper lining paper, which this actually has gone relatively flat. Yeah, I tried. I mean, it's just it lacks coherence, and it's bad. So yeah, I'm trying to. I want this style of looseness. So I don't know. It's experimenting through various disasters, I guess. Shove this over here. Yeah. I'm just gonna go and get some more paper towel. I'll be back in a sec. I'm browsing to try and find what I want to draw. that's pretty spectacularly hideous. Look at it. It's got the raspberry ripple grip, the gold plating, and then the supposed etching, which isn't etching, it just looks like it's painted on with Tipex. I mean, it could be etched, but I suppose what am I looking for when I'm looking for something to work from? Something that's got enough for me to experiment with, push in various ways. Maybe I'm just gonna give up. Oh boy. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing, chat. I am probably producing something that looks really weird and bad. But that's what I'm intending to be doing. Because I'm not looking at the drawing, I'm doing it right now. So I'm looking at my monitor to get the image of weapon, then I'm not looking, and I'm just sort of moving my eyes around it, I'm not looking at what I'm doing. Occasionally, and I'm not taking the pencil off the page. Alright, nice. It's not too bad. Lines contour drawing is my favourite way to draw. Can you see that as you twitch it? Do I need to zoom? Let me check. Can you actually see what's going on? You can kind of just about see. Just experiment with something. Hold on. Brace yourself. Okay. I don't actually think that makes sense. I mean, it... Just wait for the delay whilst the stream catches up. There we go. I think I just need a better camera. I need to zoom in. Let's try going even more zoomy. What? This is such a lovely track. I've never played Horizon Zero Dawn, but I've watched a lot of people stream it, and it looks great. Let me just... I don't need to update my title, I should be alright. successfully making more bad art. Yay! I mean, I guess that's the thing, is just you're just experimenting until something isn't terrible anymore. Paper is much better to work on than the other stuff. Again, it might just be that it can't cope with any form of wash. It seems kind of stupid, but what is the time? I've been streaming for 3 hours. Again, time flies when you have people other than bots to talk to. Thank you for hanging out, everybody. Appreciate your input. Random chit chat. Has anybody got anything particularly delicious planned for their dinner this evening? Or their breakfast or their lunch? I think I'm going to have fish pie, which I need to put in the oven. Fish pie with kale. Maybe some garlic bread so I can up the carbs further. You know. Schlogs are nothing but Weetabix. Do you not? Do you enjoy eating Weetabix? I mean, Weetabix is pretty good. Love listening to the stream in the background, by the way. Oh, awesome, Slogshrower. So my brain has given up. Slogshrower. I'm glad. Do you eat Weetabix? Breakfast, lunch and dinner because you choose to, or because that's all you've got? Or some sort of in-between combination? You choose to eat Weetabix. Is that because what do you enjoy about Weetabix? It's amazing with honey. I've never had it with honey. When I have, I do also sometimes enjoy having Weetabix for food, like a meal. So I wonder, this might horrify you. So I have Weetabix, and I put enough milk in, and I put over the top chocolate drinking powder. So if you're making hot chocolate and you mix it with milk, I put that powder over the top. and then I re-wet it a bit more so the powder goes into the top of the Weetabix, and then I microwave it. So so then it gets kind of soft. So I really like, you know, just poured on milk cereal where it's crunchy. Weetabix is awesome for that, without anything, just on its own, without sugar or anything else. Really great. But I mean, it makes me go into a carb coma, but yeah, I enjoy the sort of toastiness of the warm Weetabix. But I've never had it with honey. Should try that. Are you doing anything exciting whilst the stream is on in the background, Schlog Scrubber? Again, feel free not to reply to that. I take no offence. I'm always curious as to how people find my stream and what they find interesting. Very simply texting people around. Good that you are keeping in touch with people during the interesting times that we live in. Let's try Jesus colour. Broken. Excuse me, my hiccups. Please, I've actually done something productive today. Well, I mean, playing games can be productive, but yeah, I sorted out my recycling yesterday, which was productive, and I played a lot of Control. So I finished Control, which was, I mean, I've not got stuck into games in that way in a long time. Yeah, just looking forward to playing it, thinking about it when you're not playing it. Before that was Minecraft. So yeah, I've moved into the DLC, which is proving to be, I think, a bit too difficult for me to cope with. But we'll see. I mean, I don't know whether anybody else has played Control, but if you haven't and you like single player games that involve shooting and puzzles and a good storyline, I would highly recommend it. It's great. Female protagonist, science fiction, dystopia, lots of amazing brutalist architecture. 100%. I don't hate what I'm doing. Hooray! Not actually hating things once. Also, yeah, that's so broken. It's really annoying. Right, Twitch chat, I think I'm going to finish up for the evening because I need to put the oven on and get some food and all that sort of stuff. Today has been bananas with the number of people hanging out and following, chatting. Thank you so much to everybody. I hope that you have a really great evening or morning or afternoon or whatever, and that you will look after yourself, and hopefully I will catch you all soon. Thank you very much.